to coaching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess, but for the Yuheng. What's...
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really would... Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? Wait, all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia.
Not bringing a sweat!
Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Dare to mess with me? Ha! By royal decree. Drop your weapons!
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Boba, get them! I summon thee! We'll see about that! What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Final warning!
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Truth repeats its course. Too late for regrets. I'm right now. Ancient gods attacking again! There are so many victories too! We can't lose!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow, it's a Madame Pink shockwave! This grid is really strong!
This should be my duty. At an end. We're not going anywhere.
You're toast! Race you! By royal decree!
You can't run!
As you wish, for life.
No excuse for slacking.
Final warning!
Ha!
My work. Finished.
With the blood of the Chelian, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Garni's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Stop right there!
This can't be...
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Final warning!
Look at me.
This quickly.
Just...
This isn't good.
Drop your weapons!
Nice and spicy! Oz, reveal thyself!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Dare to mess with me? Gears of the storm! By royal decree! Bubba, get them! Resistance. Shine. Here. Look out! Race you! Too late for regrets!
You're not going anywhere!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, Calvary! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liu Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liu means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liu 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liu and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liu of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liu?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liu in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing could...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have won. Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea. Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the City of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh?
Oh.
Hey, what about me?
I think that thanks if you hadn't created...
Huh? Just whose side are you on? Be that as it may.
Well...
Fine.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless... My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be... As for the bargaining chip that the Tsarits... Uncover that answer for yourself in your future journey.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now. see about that.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of... So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that there's only one real possibility?
Fatui? They certainly are very...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their...
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with...
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil...
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits together. Still, what's...
Ah, forget it.
Hear ye all! The Chi-Sings, though a dragon so gods and adepti, rumors and hears having been thwarted in his trial, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chi-Sing... So that's... Something feels off. Could the Chi-Sing already... Did Zhongli tell them in secret? Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters? Why you? Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you really that selfless? If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right, if the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Shinya kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinya kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon, so I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam, Farozan. I'll see if I can pick that up. Too late for regrets! Ha!
Children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Lea Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you are... That simply won't do. Fortunately, I have no... Oh, I will not go into too much detail, but subspace the teapot that you entered previously.
So, in the...
Oh, but that's enough.
That's right!
Oh, settle down now, children. There's... What's more, well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua. You would have to dig, but almost no, even more in any case, Smaragdus jadeite is... goodness knows if that...
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help...
Yes.
She can't...
Oh.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. Yen Fei, I believe you've already heard of the Traveler and her travel.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect before finally defeating an ancient... A shame that we didn't meet. If we had, allow me to introduce... Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh!
All right, Yen Fei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. You'll have to excuse Yen Fei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the...
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two...
Well, that's a big...
Well, my dad... Anyway, let's not...
Is that so, Yen Fei?
I know, Granny, you've...
Whoa.
Commercial consultant Krussel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal query. He mentioned that he was so, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join?
Wow. Best we be...
Mr. Krussel.
Oh, good. Very good.
You're...
Miss Yen.
Wait!
No, I'm not. The contract... In return, I included a clause that
Guaranteed genuine?
Of course. This one...
In that case...
Oh,
Thanks a lot, Mr.
I should have
Some action.
A historical artifact. Never mind.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? My associates and I are very...
The hairpins. I don't know how I spent so much money on them. My family, we now have a backlog. A big banquet is coming up in a few days. That's what the hairpins were for, too. But now that I've lost the hair...
Why does Paimon have a...
Would you really?
Hold on.
Huh?
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a... True.
Right. I finished reading the contract. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must, and given the rare...
Even higher. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However...
Did you really have to pop whichever way you look?
Except that if we found the hairpins...
Please. However much it is, now that it's come...
Yes, legally speaking. So hold on a moment.
What did I feel? My family has...
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing.
I should open a store.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With... You lost them!
I'm sorry.
Mora! I just...
No problem. But it was in fact
Of course!
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please...
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Why'd they have to give me that trophy?
Miss Yunfei, what is this about?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I have deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. And then he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be—
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of
Well then, since you're—
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first—
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even— feels like Yanfei—
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, anywhere commissioned but not bound by a contract—
I understand.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. And I'll also need your signatures on pages—
This contract has so many pages—
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract.
I've had a read through.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might— I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask—
Because, as it happens, I'm currently— Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not, also, the idea of someone abused— But again, let's not dwell on this. Ah, I've got it! If Mr. Crossell had his orb—
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's... Ad Astra Abyss... Ad Astra Abyss...
something new at the One Mean Restaurant.
Smells great, doesn't it? This is the first of Yingar's new batch. She sent me a small box of samples. Oh, hey, traveler! Come over! Give this scent a try. What do you think? Ding, ding, ding! That's right. Just a few days ago, she told me so. She... All right. No. Woo! Miss. I created another universe and founded paradise for I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt.
Try something new at the One Mean Restaurant.
What should I try this?
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh! It's you, Miss Yenfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnyan merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnyan merchant named I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But he was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Try your luck betting on jade?
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that, yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shard?
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But, never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly,
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yenfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did!
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry, nope. Aha! Got it! Singsi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say, but the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle, because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singsi.
Drinks? Oh, hey! And time simply starts slipping away when you're enjoying a delicious specialty cup. But you don't... Well, it should be a... Oh, and not to... Oh, no. Anyway, if you want... I'm gonna...
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches
It's been
your eye.
getting quite busy recently.
All out of ingredients. Again. Ugh! I really don't understand why these...
Because all the drinks you make are so delicious.
And I thought self-control was the most important.
Well, it just so happens that self-control...
All that means is that they're nothing but a bunch of drunkards that don't know when to stop. Hey! Who you calling kitty? Haven't you seen anyone of the cat's line blood?
Oh, hello there. Are you here to visit... Oh, you're here for the drinks? Unfortunately...
Besides, you don't look like you're even old enough to drink yet. Huh! That's what every underage person says when they come here trying to sneak a drink. Unless you just want to try a drink because you think it's their own I just don't get why everyone is so obsessed with alcohol.
That's enough, Diona. This traveler obviously made a trip here to consider this the tavern management.
Oh, all right. So one special... Fine. Since you seem to fantasize about alcohol so much, I'll make you something that'll crush. That way, maybe you won't become another one of those annoying and smelly old drunks. Though we do have some drink, but considering the time... So... A drink with special flavoring, huh? Well, that'll be easy enough. Let's go visit Blanche first. I placed an order for some flavoring ingredients that should be ready by now.
Welcome. Is there anything you need?
Hello, Blanche. I came to...
Diona, let me see. Yes, 15 lizard tails, 7
No rush on that.
All right. Thank you for your business.
Have you forgotten already? I told this is a list of ingredients. He mentioned things like I have, however. Now, all we have... Let's search for those in the wild.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
We made it! Whether it's the meat skinner, they also have a strong but interesting grass like most people can't handle it. But to the... Wait, no, I just overheard stuff from a bunch of old... Anyways, just go down there and catch us a few fresh fish. Did you catch any fresh fish? Did you catch any fresh... Wow. First we need to scrape off this... Ooh, Whoa, the smell of fish. Ooh, along with that unique grassy... It's too much for you, huh? All right. That'll just... Next, we need to get some slime condensate. Look, this... If I go... Can I...
We'll see about that. Odds revealed by...
Did you get the slime condensate? Great job! Quick and precise. I think so. For example, they use beautiful... The reason... Once I put this in... those old boozers... So I can make the... The Dawn Winery is at their one and old... Not only is it my mission... I've already... I really don't know what I need to do to make the most horrendous drink. I've always stuck to my own way. What are you trying to say? Believe you me, I've done my mixing. Or else... That's right! First, we did and purposely... Oh, yeah, that's a good... All right, now where can I find... Nope, let's head back first.
Diona? Oh, what a coincidence. I myself know. I've been looking for some inspiration.
You mean I should ask him? All right. Yeah,
Oh! What?
However...
Let's go back to the winery.
You...
Given that the cat's tail and... Besides, there are... In any case, I wouldn't recommend going to Angel's Share. Besides, the winery's close by. There's no need for us to go so far.
Speaking of the winery...
Elzer?
Just as long as... Except for the trap...
Oh, you're here. Sure, they're a little... Oh, I've also... So today, we'll...
Fine, I suppose.
The preparation... So how could I know... Oh,
Well, we have...
Yes, but she doesn't look...
Connor!
Elzer?
What?
Actually, we're looking...
Why, I'd be delighted.
What's that old booze sponge Elzer doing? Don't you know? Every time he came, he would always be sweet-talking me, trying to get me to work with the Dawn Wine. He needs to know that...
So...
Sure, but...
What is that supposed to mean? Wait.
Elzer. Just...
Oh, right.
All right, since Lizardtail's bitter nature will ruin the alcohol's The smell of these... And voila!
And this... Yes, not...
It's all fake, however...
So, Oh, he actually made something. Oh, the process. All right. Because
So Diona's I just can't wait to see what she'll be.
Sure. But
Is she a bartender? Please.
what? Here. It's just. That's it. That's it. Oh.
You put all of it in?
That's right. Add all of it. Oh, this drink is just about ready.
All right, Elzer. Could you please?
Who knows? Maybe you'll find.
All right. Are you done mixing it?
I'm sorry.
Hand me the drink. First, I'll chop. Oh, and then.
Els?
I've never seen such a.
And we're done. Please.
Whoa! Let me try. In addition, the texture of all the slime. And lastly, the drink I'm.
Oh, stop joking around, huh? Please. Whatever you do. Yuck! What? Though you didn't really. Oh, right.
Ooh, is this. What? No, keep it away from me.
Huh? What's wrong? Oh, you are Diona's assistant. So far ahead of the curve that I. Oh, I don't feel so good.
Aren't you supposed to be. You use this, but how is it that.
It's true. No matter what new and unusual ingredients she uses, Diona has never.
If you don't believe.
Drink?
Yeah. And no matter what kind of. After all, you. Huh?
No, Connor. You.
Did I really?
No! Stop joking around! Give me that drink you just made. I'm gonna. And stir! Done!
Oh my, what a freak!
And the color.
What is this delightful smell? It's like.
What is this unique color?
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Krosel? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Inksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material—
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were Mr. Krosel. I also kept a copy for my own records. The inlaid gems—
Thank you, Sinksy.
Sure, it is—
Nothing you need to worry about.
Why is everyone's first reaction always—
I believe we— The weirdo with— Because once we have this—
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herb. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei—
No. I'm here this—
Smaragdus Jadeite? The Seven Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from it is abundant in elemental— Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to I suppose that—
That is indeed the case.
No trouble at all. But after I wonder— You're too—
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
Miss Yanfei, have—
Yes, mine.
Wonderful.
Of course, Mr. Crossel.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Not at all. Now, the—
Material? I spent it—
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve. This is a processing—
Seriously? In any case—
That's an
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are—
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all.
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hair—
Our second piece—
You know, you—
Of course I'm right. All the evidence—
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall serve as—
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to— Sustained contact, Mr. Crossel. No idea. I'm afraid that this— However, I'm sure— Don't worry, Mr. Crossel. I trust that you'll give—
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh.
Huh? No.
Aren't actually in— You do— Mr. Crossel.
Yep, he's seriously intimidating.
I admit it. But after receiving it, I went to move. That's why I had another pair. I kept the real smaragd. I was worried that someone would see through it.
Exactly.
I didn't— If word got—
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there.
10 times.
Krosel looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to—
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
There's no need. It's fun. Even if the Smaragdus...
Ms.
However, Mr. Cross...
What? But...
Miss Yenfei.
Well, that's...
Thanks so much for...
Oh, come on. Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has...
Actually, I could see from the hair... If we could join for...
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants to...
Exactly.
The right solution depends... The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, an Adeptus. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by the title of Adeptus in any case. Don't you think that the Liyue...
Paimon can think of someone who would
Well, since we got what we came for...
See some action.
Best leaf food in town.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Good.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get...
Oh, you.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws.
Come now, child. Are you leaving?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Yanfei, my... Liyue is not the same place I once... All right, then.
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
There we go. This Serenity Pot is all... Hold it firmly. Take these blueprints with you as well.
Wait a minute, Granny!
Oh, you...
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame... But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Still... Oh, wait a...
Well, it seems that...
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not, Oh, call me. I suppose you may...
So you're the...
Madam, you may leave. Your journey may be... Though it is the... Thus, you may consider... Now, have you any... As long as you have a blueprint...
Blueprint?
Yes, these are the blue... Just commit the... Then simply...
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside...
I doubt it. A golden-eyed Adeptus explained... He said that even though subspace creation is a... This world is not...
A golden-eyed
I hardly remember myself. Well, let's not dwell... If there's any...
If you ever have any
The one before. Ah.
Race you! How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Stop right there! Final warning!
A historical artifact. Never mind. By royal decree! Dare to mess with me?
Stand down! Stop right there!
Boba, get them!
Final warning! Justice will prevail!
Sense of respect! We'll see about that!
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Too late for regrets!
Drop your weapons!
Booba, get them! Gears of the storm! We'll see about that!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day! Final warning! Hands where I can see them! Stop right there!
Nice and spicy!
Drop your weapons!
Help! We did our pay! Booba, get them! Oz, reveal thyself! Dare to mess with me? We'll see! Too late for regrets!
Stop right there!
Dare to mess with me?
Drop your weapons! You asked for it!
At the frying pan!
By royal decree!
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Too late for regrets!
Stop right there!
Nice and spicy! Oz, reveal thyself! Have fun with this gift, wretched We'll see about that! Too late for regrets!
Final warning! By royal decree! Drop your weapons! Hands where I can see them! Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
One shall descend once again. reveal thyself! By royal decree! Booba, get them! Too late for regrets! Stop right there! At the right pip! Oz, reveal thyself! You're toast! Booba, get them! Final warning! Shadow Raven, let night fall! We'll see about that! Truth repeats its course. Dare to mess with me? Stop right there! Justice will prevail! Nice and spicy! By royal decree!